This one mistake is why so many LS swaps and LT swaps overheat. Most folks install one of these right here. Some people install one of these right here. Very few people understand which one of these tanks actually help remove trapped air out of your system. The Swirl pot. LS engines are notorious for trapped air. Today, YouTube, I want to share with you a LS swap game changer. We're going to be installing our Swirl pot, the kind of coolant tank nobody ever talks about. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why this is the best option that you should go with for your LS swap or your LT swap. Let's get it. Hey man, y'all know what time it is, man. We back at this LS swap thing, man. Let's hop right into it. A lot of LS swap guys and a lot of people doing LS swaps, include myself, man, are having overheating issues, especially when they're out there in traffic. You sitting at a red light, that thing start to heat up a little bit, and run kind of warm. This is for LT swaps as well. And a lot of people, they change out thermostats, they change out radiators, they change out cooling fans, water pumps, the radiator caps, they spend all kind of money, man. Put thicker wires on the car, they do all kind of stuff. Stop wasting your money on unnecessary cooling parts. I'm gonna put you on some game today. Stop spending your money buying all this unnecessary stuff, man. It's not the actual part, but it's your actual cooling system layout. We ain't gatekeeping. We ain't hiding no information. We ain't keeping nothing. We telling everything. A lot of people, they putting the wrong kind of tanks on their car. You got 3 different kind of coolant tanks, and each one of them coolant tanks, they do something completely different. This is what's called an overflow tank. The only thing this overflow tank does is it's a non-pressurized tank that catches coolant when pressure pushes it out the radiator. It's designed to catch it. Once again, this tank is not designed to remove air out of your cooling system. This is what's called an expansion tank. This is a pressurized tank. Sometimes this may be the highest point in a cooling system, but what this is designed to do, it's designed to expand, give the coolant a place to go when it expands after it heats up and gets hot. So it has an extra place to go. But this can act as a highest cooling point in your system. Once again, this is not designed to remove air out of the system. This is what's called a swirl pot or a swirl tank. This is designed to remove air out of your system. It acts as almost like an expansion tank, but it removes trapped air out of your system by creating a vortex. The coolant spins around this cylinder and the air rises to the top and it comes out the system. So what people fail to realize is that you actually need a device or something installed into your LS swap cooling system that removes the trapped air, especially if your radiator is not the highest location of your cooling system. You need a device that removes trapped air out of your cooling system, because that's what these LS engines are notorious for, trapping air in your cooling system, y'all. So let's talk about this swirl pot real quick. Now that you know what kind of tank to install, I want to tell you exactly how to install that thing so that it works efficiently. Get the best out of it, y'all. So whenever you install your swirl pot or your swirl tank, make it the highest location of the system. Now, let me show y'all what we did right here, y'all. We just got a little bracket from the hardware store. We drilled some holes in it, drilled some holes in the core support, and this is what we got. And I put a bolt in right here, that way, because this gonna hold the thing. That bolt in the back to give these things will make it so these clamps don't slip off. It's gonna stop it in the back like that. Let me get the swirl pot mounted right here, and we'll be right back with y'all. See how this now that's just a little bit higher, just a little bit higher than the radiator. So make this the highest point of the field system, y'all. Higher than the engine, higher than everything. All right, look, this is everything we got. We got an 1.5 inch 90. We got an 1.25 inch 90. We got a 1.5 inch to 1/4 barb with 1/8 NTP fitting in it. This is where we're gonna plumb our steam port. We got a 1 1/4 180 inch hose, and we got another 1.5 to 1 1/4 inch barb adapter. Your setup might be different, but this is what I need to plumb my particular setup. And I just ordered some T-clamps that fit an 1.5 inch hose, and I ordered some T-clamps that fit the 1 1/4 inch hose. These holes are for turbos, but they're a lot stronger than our conventional clamps that we put on our radiator hoses. So, all right, let's get to it. All right, YouTube. Looks like we got this thing plumbed up. This top hose went to the top radiator. The top radiator hose went here. And then this bottom line coming off the tank goes back into the radiator. And so one configuration change that we're gonna make. You see that top line right there? That's our steam vent line right there on the top. We're gonna block that guy off, and we're gonna run our steam vent right here, y'all. That way, whenever the steam comes off here, it'll go through this swirl tank here, and it'll get rid of the air, and then it'll allow the coolant to go right back in the radiator. It won't be introducing bubbles or steam back into the coolant over here and just go right back into the engine. So this particular setup, I think it's going to do a lot better than the existing setup. So let me get this tapped in right here and get that port on the radiator blocked off, and we'll be back in a minute. Take this guy out right here. So I'm going to take him off at the fitting right there. And I'm going to put this little block off screw on. I got this block off screw, 1/8 NTP block off screw. I got some Teflon tape on the end of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, y'all. I got the block off plate where I had the steam vent plumbed into. And as you can see, I changed it to plumb right into the top of the radiator hose before it goes into my swirl pot. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna fill this guy up with coolant, and we're gonna see how it performs. Let's get it. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. The swirl pot, it really, really works, y'all. I'm not just saying it to be saying it. These LS engines, you need a mechanism, or you need a way to take air out of the system. And with this swirl pot, that's exactly what it's designed to do. And it works like a charm, y'all. This is a LS swap game changer. So if you got an LS swap, you've been overheating, you've been running hot, especially in traffic, you've been running a little warm, you've been having steam tube problems, or you're getting hot spots on that LS swap, this swirl pot is your answer, man. I ain't just saying it. Hey, this is living proof right here. We don't lose no coolant no more. We don't have coolant puking. We don't have that no more. All that's over with. If you got an LS swap, or you doing an LS swap or LT swap, and you're overheating, don't just go replacing coolant parts. Don't just go throwing radiators and throwing steam vents and throwing cooling fans, and don't just waste your money and throw all kind of parts on it. Ask yourself, man, where is the highest part of my cooling system? Where are my steam vents located at? Are they the highest part? Where is my steam port tapped back into my cooling system? Is it putting air pockets back into my radiator or back into the coolant? You got to ask yourself all that. Hashtag get you a swirl pot, y'all. And the reason I say get you a swirl pot, because if you're doing an LS swap or LT swap, you need a mechanism to remove the trapped air that these engines are notorious for. You need something to remove that trapped air out of your cooling system. That way you don't have to keep add coolant because it's been pushed to the overflow, and your engine don't overheat in traffic, man. You run as cool as you possibly can. So it does matter, y'all. Get you a swirl pot. Let's do a quick recap. If you got an LS swap and it's running hot, or if it's overheating, or even an LT swap, don't just waste your money spending all kind of money throwing all kind of parts at it. Radiator, water pump, radiator cap, cooling fans, thermostat. No, don't do that. Look at your cooling system layout. Ask yourself, what is the physically highest portion of my cooling system? Where is that located at? Do I have a device installed in my cooling system that's going to remove the trapped air? Yeah, I know they plumb the steam vent lines, or they plumb the steam vents directly into the radiator. But what are you doing if you plumb it to the radiator? It goes into the radiator and then air gets circulated right back into your engine. They say it's supposed to purge out of the top of the cap. But if your radiator ain't the highest point in your engine bay, you got a problem. You got trapped air in your system. And just remember, if you're using an overflow tank or an expansion tank, it is not the same thing as a swirl pot or a swirl tank. It's not going to remove the trapped air out of your cooling system. So bottom line, make sure you get you a swirl pot, whether you're doing an LS swap or LT swap. Chevy's R Us family, man, drop what kind of setup you got down below. And if you're new to the channel, man, I want to welcome you to the Chevy's R Us family. Click that subscribe button, y'all. And don't forget, man, be a blessing to me by sharing this video. You blessing who you sharing it to. You blessing yourself, because God gonna bless you because you bless me by sharing the video. So make sure y'all do that for me. Chevy's R Us family. YouTube.